Ada sat across from her husband, Tunde, in the living room that now felt like a stranger's house. The silence between them was louder than any argument they had ever had. "I can't do this anymore, Tunde," she said, quietly but firmly. "We are living like roommates. You don't see me, you don't hear me. I'm leaving." Tunde's heart sank. He wanted to speak to defend himself, but the words wouldn't come. Ada had been patient, too patient, he realized. Over the years, he had buried himself in work, becoming emotionally absent, thinking that paying the bills was enough. He didn't notice her slowly fading away. But now, her eyes had that final look, the kind that said she'd already left in her heart. That night, unable to sleep, Tunde did something desperate. He created a new identity online. Jay, a writer and widower with a soft heart and a love for poetry and deep conversations. Using a second phone and a VPN, he found Ada's public Instagram and followed her. Then he messaged her casually through a dating platform under the name Jay. To his surprise, she responded, cautiously at first, then more freely. Their conversations grew into long midnight chats. Jay listened in a way Tunde never did. Jay remembered her birthday. Jay asked about her dreams. And Ada began to smile again. Tunde could see it in the way she hummed around the house. He knew it was because of Jay. Over the next month, Tunde lived two lives. By day, he remained the silent husband who seemed too afraid to change. But by night, through text, he became Ada's confidant, her perfect stranger. She shared her childhood, her loneliness, her hopes. She even told Jay about her failing marriage, saying she felt like her husband was a good man who had forgotten how to love. Tunde, behind the mask of Jay, saw himself through her words, and it broke him. But he also felt hope. He began subtly using what Jay knew to improve as Tunde, cooking for her, asking about her day, writing her notes, but Ada only seemed more confused. "Jay sees me," she wrote one night. "If only my husband could be like him," she added. Jay suggested they meet in person. Ada hesitated. "I'm still married, but I need to know if what I feel is real," she typed. Tunde was cornered. He could either come clean or fake the meeting. He chose a dangerous middle ground. He invited her to a quiet cafe, planning to arrive not as Jay, but as himself. She waited. He walked in and sat across from her. "Tunde?" she said, shocked. "What are you doing here?" I'm Jay," he confessed. Silence. Then betrayal. "You lied to me?" she whispered. Her voice shook. "You catfished me. With me? Your wife." He pleaded. Told her he only did it to save them. That Jay was him, the man he used to be, the man he could be again. But Ada left. Weeks passed. Ada moved in with her sister. Tunde gave her space, wrote her heartfelt letters, not as Jay but as himself. Eventually, she agreed to meet. "You lied, but you also listened," she said. "You knew what I needed and pretended to give it. But why didn't you just try as yourself?" "I was afraid I had already lost you," he said. "So I became the man you wanted, only to discover he was inside me all along." She studied him for a long time. "I don't know if I can trust you yet," she said, "but I know I still love you, so let's start with honesty." They went to therapy. Tunde deleted Jay. Slowly, they rebuilt what was broken. Not through deception, but through effort, communication, and forgiveness. One evening, Tunde gave Ada a handwritten poem. Not as Jay, but as Tunde. She smiled. "You didn't need to become someone else," she said. "You just needed to remember who you were."